What's up, YouTube? I'm Zero Zeus, and welcome back to another Fate video. So this is going to be my Fate Grand Order Episode 7 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. So, another great episode. Slow to start, and a spectacular finish. Something that really gets your mind going, especially like how I always say in a lot of my reviews is, okay, I'm not as familiar with Fate Grand Order Babylonia, so some of the stuff is still a miss to me. And don't get me wrong, I've done my little research and things like that, but as I said, it's still a mystery to me. So some of these reveals and stuff like that, I'm happy that they are still reveals for me, and I don't already know everything that's going on. So basically, the episode starts after taking their defeat last episode. You see Ritsuka, he's in the bed, and everybody's basically surrounded around him, and you're like getting a rundown of what's going on and what they're planning on doing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the town was called Nipper, something like that, something along those lines. Please, don't be too mad at me if I like butchered it, because I know I did. But they're basically supposed to be going there to investigate, like they done at the last couple of villages that they went to, basically seeing if they can resolve some of the problems that they got going on there, right? And it's crazy because you get these few moments like Ritsuka, when he wakes up, he's actually having I'm gonna say dreams of the Mage King Solomon, which I did not know that. I didn't know that was who that was. So you know that you have a couple of lines of dialogue between the two, and him basically just telling him and Mash that they're both destined to die. That's what he says, and I don't know how true that is, because you never know. I mean, these are the main characters. I'm not trying to, boost anybody's head up or anything like that, but I don't see them getting axed like that. But you never know. You never know. But he basically declares, like, you all are, it's futile. Basically, what you're doing is a means to an end, because no matter what happens, it ends up with you two dead, right? And Mash and Ritsuka, they look at each other and they're kind of confused, like, oh, we're gonna die and stuff like that. And basically the dream just ends. And so you cut to, and Mash is all worried. Ritsuka's just coming to, stuff like that. And further on, you have this moment between Merlin and Anna, right? So like I said before, so people probably already know this, but me and somebody, when I was watching this episode before I came in here to actually review it and stuff, put two and two together, and the Mage King looks exactly like Merlin. So I know the Mage King is supposed to, the King of Mages is Solomon, but it's mighty funny. Their hair is exactly the same. I mean, the only difference is he looks super evil and he doesn't. But anyway, Anna and Merlin start talking about how they're both inhuman because Merlin's an incubus and stuff like that. And you know what's going on with Anna. I don't really think that one is too much of a secret. Like Medusa, they said the stuff about the eyes and things like that. And it's like they're just nodding, they're hinting it really, really hard. It's like I kind of can see it. That's the one thing I am catching on to. But I just wanted to point that out, how Merlin, he looks so much like the Mage King, or the Mage King looks so much like Merlin. It has to be something there. And so he starts to talk about how he doesn't have any feelings and things like that, and he actually feeds on dreams and stuff like that. So I didn't know that. And I don't think anybody else knew that. The people whose dreams he was feeding off of, I don't think they knew that. But it doesn't seem like they have a problem with it. And him doing that makes him feel more inclined to help them, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So Anna basically starts, he questions Anna, and he's basically telling her, like, you're afraid of humanity, or it's not that you're scared of humans. It was something he was saying. It's not that you're afraid that you'll hurt humans or something like that. You're more afraid of what humans will do, or how they would react to you if they knew who you actually were. And just like she feels like she's not really an ally of humanity. And so she basically asks Merlin, like, hey, well, do you like humans? And I like how he just replied, like, no, I don't like humans at all. I'm a horrible person. You know this already, right? And I like how Anna, every episode, like, I'm gonna kill you. And I don't think that's like a joke. I don't think that's like a little gag or anything like that. I think she literally means that, like, Merlin is more than what he says he is, and she's aware of that. And she's more than what she says she is, and Merlin's aware of that. And so he's basically telling her to keep her inhumanity a secret. And I guess that's what she's gonna do, to continue tagging along with Ritsuka and Mash. And so yeah, we just had this whole conversation between these two, this inhumanity and stuff like that, and just Merlin basically giving the rundown that he doesn't care. He does not care. But he goes on further in the episode to say, even though he doesn't care that much about humans, he can't live without them. So, being that he feeds on their dreams. So, them not being here, though it wouldn't hurt him emotionally, but physically, he'd definitely be hurt. So, that's something that he has to worry about. So basically, everybody's going off, and they're heading to the battlefield. Ushiwakamaru, I do not know what the other guy's name, who's like, they had like a preview for the episode, and I just didn't do it because it was more the guy just in the middle of the screen talking than it was anything. And it's just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just not doing that. But whoever that guy was in the preview, yeah, he's the guy who was with Ushiwakamaru, and they just start to go off, right? They go meet the demonic beast at, I can't remember which wall. I know they both go different ways. Ushiwakamaru goes on her way, but Ritsuka and his team, I think they go to that place, Nippor? I don't know. But that's where they were headed to. And when they get there, everybody's dead. Everybody's dead, and we're going to get to why. But first, we're going to start talking about how they just went so savage on a demonic beast. First of all, Ushiwakamaru just like lost it, right? She cut one of them in half, and like, if you just pay attention to the emotion on some of the characters' faces, I like it. I do that a lot because characters make some really funny faces. And I see them, and I'll just be dying about them weeks and weeks and weeks to come. So yeah, I pay attention to that type of stuff, and I just like how she just went like borderline crazy really fast. Their whole army is just going out there taking demonic beast out. And at the time, I'm thinking like, well, demonic beasts really don't seem that dangerous, right? But they actually are. And we're gonna get more into it, right? It's funny because after this, Ushiwakamaru, she's like, oh, this was a distraction so they could get to Ritsuka, right? So she's on her way to where they are. And so they cut back to Ritsuka and his team. And so everybody's there, and they're looking around, and they find, and Merlin's like, so do you know where the blood leads? And I'm thinking like, what? And you just notice all these trails of blood all around the town leading to one place. And lo and behold, there goes Enkidu. And he's just sitting, waiting for him. He's just sitting and wait. It's like they had all this plan. They knew what was going on. And so they come there, and they're asking him where the people of the town are. And he's like, well, they basically use humans as nourishment. And just shocks everybody behind them. Like, oh, they eat people? Basically. Or, I'm not going to say they eat people, but, it's probably... They say nourishment, but it's probably not like them literally cutting somebody's leg off and taking a bite out of it like it's a chicken drumstick, right? So basically, Enkidu is not hyping them up, but basically telling them what's going on and what he's done to this town. And explaining to them, basically, they don't care about humans, and I'm pretty sure everybody already knows that. So they ask him I like how they asked him, what did you do with the humans? And it was just so funny. It's just like, yeah, we used them for nourishment. Right? And so Anna, she goes, no. Before this, he actually summons a demonic beast. I can't remember what his name is, but he has to be a savage. He has an actual name. And he's another lion except gigantic. And Anna goes straight head. It goes head first. First of all, before this happens, he shoots this blast, and can I just say, every time they shoot a blast, it sounds like the ground is breaking for whatever reason. But Mash blocks it. Anna goes straight in, and so it's like she's trying to cut him up, and Enkidu instantly realizes like, oh, her blade is like to kill immortals, and I didn't even know that. That's really cool. So she can't land any. She can't land any blows on him. She does, but she doesn't do any damage basically. And so they have to ask Merlin for help. And Merlin, he obliges because he feeds off their dreams. So why wouldn't he help them, right? I guess. And so he does an incantation or whatever it is, and he basically, I don't know, he enchanted her scythe, right? I don't know if he I don't know exactly what he did to it, but whatever he did, it started to glow purple, and she split the demonic beast right in half, with no problem. And then Enkidu, he strings her up, and he's like, well, you're a troublesome existence. I guess he knows who she is, and so at this moment, Foe, I don't know how you say his name, but basically, he goes in for the save and saves Anna, gets her up out of there. And at this exact moment, this is when Tiamat shows up, which is crazy. Like, I didn't even expect to see her in this episode. And can I just say, I hate CGI. I hate when, like, the demonic beasts come up there and they're looking clay and stuff like that. But it's okay as long as the servants aren't like that. Like something out of Fate Stay Night, but we're not going to talk about that. But basically she shows up and she notices that, oh, Ritsuka is supposed to be humanity's last a master, and just she knows things that you wouldn't think that she would know. Enkidu basically sees his mother, and they're just talking, having casual conversation, and she's telling them basically the same thing that the Mage King was telling them, like, it's futile. And she got revived before she was supposed to be revived. But either way, things just got crazy in this moment. So it ends right there. To be totally honest, when they started showing her and she started talking, they started rolling the credits, and I'm like, what are we watching, a movie or something? But yeah, so basically we have one of the three goddess alliance, one of the biggest members of the three goddess alliance, right in front of Ritsuka and Mash, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait till next time to see what happens, right? But anyway, I'm gonna end it right here. No, I've been blabbing on for so long. This is my Fate Grand Order Babylonia episode 7 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you